Hello, my name is Jessica Koehn, and I am a Spanish teacher at Warren Township High School in Gurnee, Illinois. As educators, I feel that it is our responsibility to educate our students on more than just our specific course content. Content, life skills, and positive behavior all hold equal value in my classroom. I am fortunate enough to teach Spanish, which is a subject that can lend itself to any and every topic, especially in the higher level courses. Our team of Spanish 3 teachers has created units that focus on using the language to learn to make our community and world a better place. We have included units on environmental responsibility, colleges and careers, and public service. In a unit we study about volunteer work, we have incorporated a short 1 to 2 day project in the past. The project description is on the screen right now. Students have worked in groups to create a poster about a real or fake volunteer agency soliciting help from the public. Though the project had a decent foundation, it also had many flaws. Our department philosophy states students will practice all modes of communication, the interpretive mode, the interpersonal mode, and the presentational mode, through structured, authentic learning opportunities, apply grammar structures in authentic context with an emphasis on production, and gain knowledge and understanding of other cultures and draw comparisons to our own culture. This project, the original project, only incorporated one mode of communication, the presentational mode, and it did not allow for any cultural connections or authentic use of the language. The language that is required in this original project seemed very forced, and the time frame allotted for the project doesn't allow students to truly explore real or create fake volunteer agencies. This project, as is, would not elicit quality work from students because we do not allow them enough time to truly create something authentic and meaningful. I have used the original project as a base for an entire group project-based unit. This project now consists of 8 different components which address all learning styles throughout. The new project also incorporates the 3 modes of communication and integrates Hispanic culture. I have created a flowchart to show students the 8 tasks that they will need to complete. This flowchart will be posted on our learning management system, with each box being hyperlinked to a more detailed description of the task. This chart helps to provide structure and simplicity to the students and also to demonstrate unity between the project tasks. In the first stage of this project, students will be allowed the freedom to research any new or ongoing problems within Latin America. They will be made aware before the research that the project will be based around creating a volunteer agency that will aid in creating a solution to their chosen problem. Students will primarily utilize the internet to complete this project, using online newspapers, photo galleries, and websites such as elpais.com, Newsela, National Geographic, and other reputable sources. In the second stage of this project, students will create a volunteer agency who will be focusing on finding a solution for the problem they found during their cultural research. They will need to create a name for their agency as well as a purpose for its existence. In the third stage, students will create a catchy or creative slogan to represent their agency. This step allows students to use their creativity and to practice creating authentic language. After creating an organization and a slogan, students will create a logo for their agency. I will begin this part of the project by having students take a quiz on sporkle.com, which quizzes them on recognizing organization logos. This quiz will not be graded by me, but serves just as a demonstration of the importance of an appealing visual logo plays in an organization. Using the agency name, slogan, and logo, each group will create a t-shirt for their organization. Every organization that I have ever been a part of has matching t-shirts when they come together, so it is realistic that any organized group would have one as well. This is another component of this project that will allow the creative students to thrive. After the research and creation of the organization's brand, each group will write me a letter. Their letter will tell me why their organization is necessary. They will describe the problem that they wish to resolve and how that problem affects our community and/or the world. They will also describe how they plan to solve this problem and how our community can aid them with their volunteer organization. I have included a sample letter written by one of my students in this course this past year. However, it is in Spanish, so I will translate. It says, hello, the elderly are sad and lonely, but you can help. You can adopt a grandparent. For 3 hours each week, you will visit the same elderly person and speak, play games, and eat with him or her. Your grandparent is never going to be sad again. They need your company. You can play, eat, speak, and love your grandparent. Our slogan is find a grandparent, find a friend, find a family. Thank you. So this letter is to the point. It practices the grammar that is within this unit, and it meets all of the requirements. To accompany the letter, the final component of this project will be a group video where they will create a mini public service announcement using flipgrid.com in which they will ask for their classmates to volunteer for their organization. So if you can see on the screen here, this is Flipgrid. So my original question I posed in video format on the grid. I presented the question to the students on the grid, and then they each have to respond within their groups. If you have never used Flipgrid before, you can see that it is literally a grid of video and audio responses that can be viewed and commented on by all members of the group. It is very user-friendly, and it is a quick way to assess students or to encourage student communication. The requirements are similar to that of the letter, but this time they are making the community, instead of just me, aware of the necessity of their organization. Oftentimes, a visual is more interesting and memorable than text, so these public service announcements will be very important in encouraging their classmates to participate. Then, as individuals, they will be required to watch each group's announcements and respond with comments and questions to at least 2 of the groups. This facilitates interpersonal communication between students, thus meeting another of our department goals. When all parts of this project are completed, students will vote on which group had the best of 4 different categories. So the best overall organization, the most creative slogan, the most effective symbol, and the best t-shirt design. I think the competition creates a little bit of fun in the classroom environment. So I will go ahead and create certificates for each group that wins the most votes for each category. Finally, I will survey the students on the overall effectiveness of this project, as well as the effectiveness of each individual component of the project. I will do both the vote and the survey via Google Forms to allow for ease of access for all students and also to make data collection simpler. If you would like to view the project survey or the voting survey, I will post links within the blog. My assessment tools are posted on this slide. The chart on the left is a self-assessment tool for students that we use throughout the year. So using this chart, they can place themselves into a category based on what they are able to do. So the goal for this Honor Spanish 3 class is to reach intermediate high by the end of the school year. So by tracking their progress throughout the school year and throughout this unit, they will be able to see if they are on track or not as we continue throughout our year. Each part of this project will be graded separately and then combined to form a final project grade. The rubric that I will be using is posted on the right-hand side of this screen. Each component, like I said, is worth a certain point value. So I don't focus very heavily on grammar on this project because what I am trying to encourage students to do is use authentic language, as I mentioned before. So even if they do have errors, if they are putting forth the effort, if they are using the language, they will be able to succeed on this project. Overall, the changes and additions made to this project, such as using our online learning management system, using Flipgrid to create videos, and using Google Forms to survey and assess our students, I have added authenticity and value while keeping culture as a focus throughout. Linguistic and visual changes have encouraged authentic student production, and technology plays an integral role in the completion of this project from start to finish.